Hey, 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 everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. So I'm going to give people a free minute
Everybody
to get in here.
welcome.
And as they're coming, I want you to let me know where you are watching from. If you're watching live or you're on the replay. And I'm just going to give folks a few minutes. And I need to share this to the event page because I had planned to go live there. So I'm going to share this there quickly as I'm waiting for people to come. Have y'all finished y'all Christmas shopping? Can y'all believe Christmas is Thursday? Woo, my God. It seemed like it came up so fast. So super duper fast. So I'm sharing this to the event page because I did set up an event page and had some issues. We're going live over there. So I'm asking people to join me here. And hopefully this works. So, how is everybody doing? I have not been going live a lot lately. I'm going to change that. But for now, we're going to make it do what it do today. Because did I call it make it do what it do Monday? I think I put that on one of my posts today because, we're winding down for 2025. And it's been a lot on my mind, a lot on my spirit to deal with some things, to talk about some things. And this was really one of the things I wanted to talk about. MLM hurt. It's not a joke. It's nothing to play with. A lot of people suffer from it. And the sad thing about it is that a lot of people don't even know they suffer with it or from it. So we're gonna get to the nitty-gritty tonight. We're gonna talk about it, okay? We're gonna talk about it. So for those of you who don't know me, I am Coach Roro, because you may not know the woman on your screen right now. This could have actually been shared by another person. So you may not know who I am. You may be wondering, so who is this talking on my screen? Well, I am Coach Roro, and I'm here to talk to you about how real MLM hurt is. But guess what? My redemption, baby. Oh my gosh. Such a blessed word, redemption, from being burned to being blessed. And I'm going to tell you how I broke free from MLM hurt. So do me a favor as you're coming in, let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if you are in the United States, if you are out of the country, because I have people from all over the globe and you're in my inboxes and I love chatting with all of you. So I want to know where you're watching from. I want to know who you are. I want to know how you found me. Were you invited by someone? Tag them so they can know that you are here watching. Because this topic right here, baby, this is something that I have struggled with for so long, suffered with for so long. But you see this halfway smile on my face? Yeah, I'm good. No more MLM hurt for Coach Roro. I'm a 62-year-old nana. I live in the state of Maryland. And I want to say this up front because this really matters. Never, ever in my wildest dreams, imaginations, or things I planned to or wanted to ever do did I imagine myself sitting here tonight talking to everybody about something called MLM hurt. Why, Coach Roro, did you never think you would do it? Well, when I was going through it, I didn't even know it had a name. I didn't even know it was a thing to be hurt by an MLM. I didn't have a language for it. All I knew was that I was tired, I was busted, disgusted, burnt out, and just done. Absolutely done. I'm gonna look on my phone because that's the only place I can see the chat. And I'm just wondering if is anybody here watching? Does anybody already know what MLM hurt is because you too are dealing with it or have dealt with it? I see Christian. Hey, Kristen and Crystal. We got the CKs in the house. Hey, ladies, how are you? So I'm gonna go keep moving. Got some things to cover tonight, and we're gonna have an exercise at the end. And you don't have to do it live with me. You can come back and do a replay and do the exercise, but it's going to be so empowering. Okay. So, what is MLM hurt? Well, first of all, I want to let you know that MLM stands for multi-level marketing. I'm a part of Bye Bye Belly. Yes, we are MLM. We are network marketing opportunity. And but what tonight is not going to be about, we're not going to bash MLMs. Nope. I don't want you putting any names of any MLMs you have ever been a part of in my chat. That is not what tonight is about. I don't want to see that. Please do not call out names of any companies. Trust me, I got plenty I could call out. But if you've ever watched my live, that's something I never do. Because my hurt isn't necessarily about them. It's about me being free. So I'm not calling nobody out, and I'm not allowing you to do that on my live, okay? So wanted to make sure that was taken care of, because I got to the point where I had been in 6 MLMs, and number 6 left such a bad taste in my mouth. I was like, I ain't doing this stuff again. It's got to be a better way. I'm not doing it. And I even went back to 3 of them twice. Think about that. 6 different companies, but 3 of them, I stepped back into that arena twice, praying that it would be different. But for many others, they didn't have multiples. It could have just been one. Just one that disappointed you, one where your hope was deferred, one where you felt like you were overgiven but getting nothing in return. Just kind of question yourself, when the truth is you may have been doing your best with what you were given. Little to no support, no real leadership, no clear direction. It could have just been the seat. It wasn't just your season to be there. I don't know. But like I say, I'm not going to bash any MLMs tonight. I'm not going to type no names. I'm not going to speak no names. You can't read my lips and see no names, because I got some names I could call, but this is not what this is about. The only thing I care about tonight is that it's time for healing to take place. Time for healing to take place. And I'm going to quickly look at my chat. I see we got somebody from Texas in the house, East Texas. And I know we got somebody from Indiana, because I know where she's from. And Simone, I cannot remember where you're located, but let me know in the chat where you're watching from. And share this, because there is somebody that needs to be healed tonight. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my 6 different MLM company experiences. And like I said, 3 of them I went back twice, thinking it was going to be different. Got that same promise, that same grind, that same outcome. And by the time I was finished, I told God, But then after the last MLM, I still had products in my drawer. And, I had lost my daughter Dama. And that loss devastated me. I spiraled way out of control. I was 300 pounds, pre-diabetic with high blood pressure. I had no vision for anything beyond the second. There was no way out that I could see. I had no strength enough. I wasn't even dreaming anymore. I didn't envision nothing. I was barely breathing and in true survival mode. Let me know in the chat if you've ever been in survival mode, where the wheels are turning, but you just don't know where you're going to end up, or even if you're really moving, but you're just going through the motions, period. So if you've ever been in that mode, or if you're currently in that mode, do me a favor, pause and just breathe for a second. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. See, as you're breathing, that's letting you know that you're still alive. And because you're still alive, there's still hope and there's still a chance. And that's what happened with me. one day I was on Facebook scrolling, just like y'all were tonight, and y'all hopefully stopped the scroll. Well, you did because you're watching, whether live or on replay. And I wasn't looking for nothing. I was just being nosy, lurking, just like, we all do, seeing what sister so-and-so doing or whatever, whoever's doing whatever. And then I saw this girl I knew. And I was like, she done had the weight loss surgery. Let me hit her up because she looked good. She had lost some poundage. So I figured she had to use the surgery because why? I had drank every detox, taken every pill. I had had the injections, the wraps, everything except surgery I had tried. So I figured she had to do that because none of the stuff had worked for me. So when I reached out to her, she was like, nope, just drink a little juice. I was like, you juicing? Tell me more about it. She said, no, I'm drinking a juice every day and it's changed my life. And I'm not trying to talk about you, but you need to try it too. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. 30 days later, I'm still skeptical, still on the fence, still devastated by the other experiences. And I was like, what do I got to lose? A couple more pennies that I've already paid out, probably thousands of dollars in buying stuff before. What's another kit? It worked for her. I know her. I trust her. We've done ministry together. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna try it. Well, baby, I came in as a customer only. Why? Remember, I told you I had sworn off ever doing this again. I was not looking for a business. I was not trying to sell nothing. I wasn't trying to recruit. I wasn't trying to, I just want to try the products. And lo and behold, them suckers worked. Boy, did they work. 3 days, I felt amazing. The third day, I felt like something had shifted in my entire life. And I was like, God, have I ever felt this good? But what if I keep drinking it? What's going to happen? I don't even care about the weight loss right now. I just want to feel good and I'll take it. Well, the pounds did start dropping, the inches started melting away. And I was like, you know what? I could probably save a few dollars if I become a consultant. And honestly, that was the only reason I signed up. I didn't care about talking to no y'all. I didn't care about selling no juice. I cared about getting my product, feeling as good as I was feeling, and continuing to lose weight. But guess what? Something happened. Because the products were working, people started taking notice. People started asking me, what you doing? And before I knew it, I was like, okay, maybe I do want to flip the switch and be a consultant. Maybe I do want to quote unquote sell this juice. And so before I know it, I wasn't just sharing a product, I was selling hope, 1 gallon at a time. Yes, that's what we do here by Belly. I found myself helping women who were tired, women who felt stuck, women who reminded me of me. It was almost like I was looking in a mirror and I could see myself through these women. And I was helping them. I was sharing my battle scars, sharing my testimonies, and it was helping them. And God just began to let me know this is where you belong. Next thing I know, I started team building. There was no pressure, no chasing, just alignment as God called it forth. Now, somebody asked me the other day, what made this one so different? Why did this one work and the other 6 didn't? And I'm told him, I said, I'm so glad you asked me that question. And I'm going to let you know now what happened. The difference is the culture here by Belly. It starts with the leadership. Our amazing founder, CEO, visionary herself, Coach Stephanie Ray, has, I think it's 20 something years in the game with network marketing. She started when she was 17. Yeah, I know you're supposed to be 18 when you do stuff like this, but she was an innovator. She got started a little bit before she was supposed to, but it was the time she was supposed to start because everything that has happened to her, she is now helping all of us. So the difference is the culture, the leadership, and it's the powerhouse environment that she has set forth. We have an amazing community called Baba Belly Bandits. It's got over 430,000 people in it that are addicted to our products. And I haven't talked about the products yet, but it's coming. Because once I got in for the first time, I wasn't being pushed. I wasn't being prodded, hit up every month, close to order ship time. Make sure you got your money on your card and it's ready to push that auto ship through, because if it don't go through, you're going to be inactive in the company and you're going to be dropped. And I felt that's all they cared about, was making sure my authorship went through. I wasn't making any money to cover it. Didn't have any customers. I had done the home parties, invited people, fixed food. They came over. One or two may have purchased, but it fell short after that. But here at Baba Belly, we are supported. That's the difference between Baba Belly's culture and the others. I never felt supported. If you ask me who the CEO was of some of those other companies, I couldn't tell you. I knew my upline's name or the sponsor, but that's it. I knew when them hotel parties were happening or hotel business meetings that you better show up for, or you was going to be scolded. No matter where they were, you had to go. No matter what financial position you were in, you scrambled your money together and carpooled and got to the hotel parties. Okay. We don't do that here at Baba Belly. We are fully supported. And like I say, the transformation that took me to the point of being a consultant, I went from 300 pounds to 190 pounds. But more than the weight, I gained my confidence back, my clarity, and my belief in myself. And today I'm a national expansion leader with Bye Bye Belly. And recently, and I'm so super proud of this, and I see some of my tigers on tonight, I became the first winner of the National Powerhouse League. Me and my tigers went across that field to the finish line. I won $10,000, y'all. That was gifted from Coach Stephanie Ray herself. Now, I don't know many CEOs and founders that give money out of their pocket to their team. I'll wait. Let me know where they at. Only at Bye Bye Belly. Trust me. They may try to tell you they doing it, but baby, they ain't doing ish. I won $10,000 and my team won $1,000 each. 7 weeks of shifting me as a coach. I tell my downline every day, and they figuring it out now. I am not that same coach that I was when I started that challenge. Not the same coach. I'm so much better. I'm more focused. I'm more attentive. And it's just been a total different thing for me that has happened. And I look in my back office today and I almost cry. And I'm not going to cry because I'm shifting from being such a crybaby, and I'm turning my tears into fuel to push me to do even bigger, better, bolder. But guess what, y'all? I have over $75,000 in my back office that I've earned. I am headed to being a six-figure in the very business model that burnt me, but in the current MLM that healed me. Y'all heard me correctly. I have been healed of MLM hurt. There is nothing about Baba Belly that will do anything other than propel me to being better than what I am. And, you know, I'm always going to remember those other 6 MLMs. I'm going to remember them in my conversations with other women and helping them to get to their healing state, because it's a sad state to be in when you're hurting financially. You don't know how you're going to keep the lights on, how you're going to pay the rent, how you're going to put food on the table. And somebody presents an opportunity to you that can, if you follow the rules, because I got to say a disclaimer, Just because I made 75,000 doesn't mean you will. But there are no limits on what you can do if you do what you're supposed to do. So there, you could come in and make zero, but you could come in and surpass me. It's going to totally depend on you, your work ethic, and what you put into it. But it is my job to make sure you have the tools to succeed. But ultimately, it's going to be up to you. And this is coming from, from somebody that said, I'm done. I ain't doing this ish again. But guess who had other plans for me? See, back then I was Ramona. God had other plans for me. He knew that when I got into number 7, it was going to heal me from what the other 6 had wounded me of. And when God says it's over, it's done. Ain't nothing the enemy can bring up. Ain't nothing that can happen. It's done. And for me right now, the floodgates are open. They're open. And that's all God. That's no hype. Now, how can you start? Well, let me say this clearly, because some of y'all may not be here because of MLM hurt. Some of y'all may just be here lurking, just watching, just supporting, just maybe have seen some lady on Facebook talking and then you decided you wanted to listen. Well, you can start as a customer or you can start as a consultant, but you start the same way by buying a kit. Yeah, it's that simple. You know, we have numerous bundles, but if you want to be a consultant, if you're coming in for the business model, if you're ready to forget about that MLM hurt that burned you, I got you. We have a kit called the Get Snatched AF bundle, and it's going to allow you to focus on your health just like I did. And if you're ready to become a consultant, hit me up. Say, Coach, I'm ready. Put me in the game. If anybody else invited you to watch this, get with them, because that's what we do here at Belly. I'm not going to steal nobody's customers. They're not going to steal mine. We are family. We're a community. We're unified. So we share. So if anybody invited you, get with them and say, hey, I was watching Coach Roro. She hit some triggers with me. I'm ready. I'm ready to drop that MLM hurt. Tell them, send you the link, get your kit. And this is what's going to happen next. They're going to place you in PH1. That is our consultants group. You're going to get access to the 24/7 on-demand training portal. We're going to introduce you to Powerhouse, to the community, and they're going to walk you through the 3 simple steps to get started generating income that, what was that word I used? Limitless. Based on what you do, though, okay? Don't come for me if you don't make no money and you didn't do nothing, because that's your fault, not mine, okay? Because we're going to train you, and it's Powerhouse wide. You can reach out to anybody, any leader, and they will help you. No powerhouse left behind is our motto. So if you're ready, get with the consultant that invited you or get with me, and we're going to get you in. Now, I wanted to do something tonight. Let me look at my chat and see. I'm trying. I'll come back to the questions because I want to do this. And I see Coach Stephanie is watching. Hey, Coach, I'm about to do something that you did with us a while ago. And I had never done this before. And it's so releasing. We're going to do a burning ceremony. So what I want you to do, and you don't have to do it now, I'm going to do mine live. Even though I'm healed, but we about to really heal it, okay? Those names of those MLMs, those business opportunities that burnt you, I want you to write them down on a piece of paper individually. And I have an old candle holder because I love candles. Figured this would be safe with the kitties in the house. I've already written the names down. It's a lot of paper in here. And I'm going to burn them. Yeah, I'm going to burn them. So think about those experiences that hurt you, that drained you, that devastated you. Write those company names down. If you need to write the upline names down, do that as well. That's on you. Because this is about you releasing everything that's held you down, everything that's hurt you as it relates to an MLM. And as you light them, you're not burning them in anger. You're releasing them with authority, okay? And there's a scripture I want you to say out loud while you're burning them. It's Isaiah 43, 18, 19. Forget the former things. Don't dwell on the past. Ain't nothing back there. You don't need to go back. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive? I'm making a way. God has made a way for you tonight. And your way could be by my belly. So I'm about to burn, baby burn. Got me a little, see, got some real fire, y'all. Okay, come on, burn. And as I am burning this paper, any traces of MLM hurt that still remain are gone. I am thanking God for 2026 and the rejuvenation and everything that God has for me. I have been envisioning 2026 for the last 2 months, and I just keep seeing bricks. And I was like, God, why I keep seeing bricks? And in my little chat times, I know I say my quiet time with God is our chat time. He began to reveal to me that the foundation is bricks. You remember how the three little bears, one house was what? Straw. I forget what the second house was, but the last house was bricks. And they huffed and they puffed, but they couldn't blow the bricks down. So that's what God is telling me about 2026. The foundation is bricks. The house is being built in bricks. Everything that He's given me to do in 2026, everything He's giving you to do in 2026, if you make Him your foundation, is bricks. And they're going to huff, they're going to puff, they're going to talk, they're going to sneer, they're going to try to talk you out of it. They're going to try to make you think that you're not good enough and this is not what you're called to do and you can't handle it and where you going to get the money from and where you going to get the time. But it ain't going to happen because God has said He is the foundation. So that's what my 2026 is going to be about. And I'm claiming it for each one of you. But, so look at this. Too much, ooh, smoke coming out. We letting them suckers burn. Woo, smoke. I don't want this fire things off. But I'm just super excited that everybody joined me tonight. If this has hit you in a way and it's kind of nudging you, and you're like, you know what, I have been in some opportunities and they really burnt me. I didn't make no money. In fact, I felt like I was paying a membership. And I'm just scared. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it. Trust me, I'm 62 years old. So I figured by now, I definitely wouldn't be in another opportunity. I wouldn't be doing this. But this was God ordained. And I know God gave me this to do tonight, this assignment, because there are others that were suffering from MLM hurt. I've talked to some of y'all. You've been in my inboxes and you were very skeptical because you've been hurt before. I'm here to tell you there is a healing with your name on it. But you got to step out and be willing to try one more thing, one more time. And if that is the case, like I said, my inbox is open, or get in the inbox to the person that invited you to watch this live. And trust me, Baba Belly has changed my life. I went from paying an auto ship, making no money, like I felt like I was paying a membership, to now being a national expansion leader, the first winner of the MPL challenge, and now having $75,000 in commissions. Documented. I can prove it. Get 1099s, boo. It's not imagination. One of the ways we're paid. God has no respect to person. He did it for me. He can do it for you too. And on that note, ain't nothing else to be said once you say if God can do it for you. But it's going to depend on you and what you do at this point. So reach out. We got you. Let's get you in Powerhouse. Super excited to welcome you into the family, into the community, into the anointing, and into the blessing that I know is by my belly. Check y'all later. Toodles.